up, Patreon? Hey, how y'all doing? All right, it feels like forever since I've made a Patreon video, and as we speak now, Free Friday is uploading. Free Friday, and this week is going to be on this thing called pedal point. So I'll give you a heads up on that. It's going to be this thing where we start on the first note of the scale, go to the next one, then go back to the first. Then start on the first one, go to the next one after the one we did before. And you can do it with all kinds of things, not just scales. So we'll get into that on Friday. And maybe we'll talk about it some more because we're about to head out onto the porch and have a cigar. I'm going to take a bath and shave. And I will see you out there. But before we go out there, it's time for some shout-outs. Let's do some shout-outs. So thank you, Patreon patrons. Saving my butt. All right. Scott Varnish Phelan increased his pledge. Thank you, sir. Shout out to Mitch Winkler. All aboard, Mitch. Captain Bob Davis, big increase, bro. Thank you very, very much. Peter Davis. Amrik Nijar, welcome aboard. Brother Jake Sullivan, how are you? Thank you for coming on. And the Devil's Boxcar is here. Holy cats, watch out. Ryan Forrester. Forrester? Forrester. I'm not sure. It's Foerster. Either way, Ryan, tell me, how am I mispronouncing it? Yeah, you guys can email me too. So you're aboard, you've come aboard Patreon. What's up with that? Well, you unlock videos like this. Mostly it's just me talking, but there's some lessons. There's some behind the scenes stuff that nobody else gets to see, not Facebook or Instagram, and definitely not YouTube. We try to keep YouTube pretty much in the business zone there. Okay. Anyway, where were we? Oh yeah, Ryan. Thank you, bro. Richard Carford, thank you, bro. Thank you. Nice, generous pledge from Richard. Gonzalo, I had a buddy from Argentina named Gonzalo, great guitar player. Gonzalo Dreymanes. I just massacre these names. Shout out to brother Steve Boyette. All right, a couple of deleted pledges. That's okay. Can't have everybody all the time. Joaquim Cotard. Thank you, Joaquim. You're probably like, that isn't even close. Thank you, Joa. Anyway, Louis Iglesias Sosa. Que paso, Louis? Gracias. Thanks for joining us. Francois Changwan. Merci beaucoup, Francois. I appreciate it. Couple of deleted pledges. And Mario Luis, welcome aboard. I appreciate it. All right, that's it. So I got some messages. I'm going to see if there's any I can answer real time. All right, let's see. Okay, Graham wrote something interesting. We were going back and forth talking about scales and stuff, and he said, thanks. Muscle memory is amazing when your body works faster than your brain. Well, let me read the whole question. This might be helpful to you guys. Hold on. Let me pause this backing track for a minute. All right, so he had said to me earlier, this is going back a couple of emails. He said, I was watching your busking video right now, and something popped into my head. I think it might be related to the rhythm stuff above because I use a metronome for this. I always start my practice with scales, and at the moment I'm using mostly a major pentatonic from 2 to 9. In fact, I'm doing it kind of inside out, triplets, and then he tabs them out. Up and down, I'm working on speeding it up, not because I necessarily want to be able to play fast, but because if I can play slow, if that makes any sense. Cool. He's on to something. Right now, I can do these triplets at 160 beats per minute. Now, let me get back to that if you're playing slow before I forget. The better you know what note you're going to next, the more time you have to think about how you're going to play it. So even if you're playing it slow, you can come underneath it, you can tongue block it, but you got to know immediately. So if you're playing them fast, that muscle memory, your body's going to want to go there. It's going to be harder to skip over it than it would be to go to it, right? So there's a lot you can do with that. He's saying some fairly profound stuff right there. Right now I can do these triplets at 160 beats per minute. Not bad. Once I get beyond about 120-ish, I start thinking about whether the most important part is the movement of the harp or the breathing pattern. So the question is, sorry if it took so long to get there, will one of these two things help the other? Are they equal? Graham. And then I wrote, Graham, hey, that's a great exercise for any scale. Makes total sense. The speed is there to help with muscle memory. The breathing pattern will change from scale to scale. So definitely the movement is the most important, and the more you practice, the less you'll have to think about it. Kind of what I just told you all. He wrote, thanks, muscle memory is amazing when your body works faster than your brain possibly could. It is. It's absolutely amazing. I've noticed before that when playing anything and reading the score tab, I'll purposely look away when I come to a faster bit because I'll F it up and try to override the natural movement. So these are the kinds of conversations that we have here on Patreon and in private and stuff like that. Let me see. Oh, and then Sean, I'm just getting your thing. Hey, listen, I'm writing you back right now. What's a good time to call? So Sean needs some help with his pedal board, and I'm going to give it to him. I'm going to call him on the phone and make sure, and we're going to arrange a time to talk. I'll help him with his pedal board, right? All that for I don't know what Sean's pledge is, but let's say it's $1 a month. It doesn't matter what his pledge is. That's what I'm going to do for y'all. All right. Let's see. Oh, and then my boy Raleigh. Bro, sorry I'm not coming to Vegas. I don't know how many of you guys caught that. But I lost my credits a while ago on my computer somewhere, so I've been having to pull old ones up. And there was that one where I was like, I'll be in Vegas in a couple of weeks. Anyway, sorry, Raleigh. I'll be back there eventually. Let's go back to our thing here. I'm going to switch harps. This is a really nice one. This is a Joel Anderson one. The wood makes it a little slow on the puss, but it's okay. Here we go. Backing tracks listed below. This is one of my favorites. This is from MCCD Sessions. Well, anyway. What's Lee Mack say? It's going to be another great day. It's going to be another great day. Why? Because the subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between the truth and the lie. So when you wake up in the morning, you might as well tell it something good, right? And that can be hard some days. Some days you don't want to. Some days you just want to be in a bad mood. I suppose that's what's okay about blues music. Sometimes it's okay to talk about things, but if we talk about them too much, it becomes like this cycle, like muscle memory, and we end up telling our problems to one person and then telling them over and over again and over and over and over again, and then we're not doing anything about them. You know what I mean? I'm not talking at you, I'm talking to me too, right? I gotta hear this stuff too. Yeah. Having fun. What a nice little harp this is. Yeah, we can focus too much on the bad stuff. Going through some hard stuff right now with some family. And man, I really want to say I thank you for everybody who's been reaching out. I appreciate the people that are into the prayers and the people that are not, who are sending nice things to me, saying we're thinking about your mom. And we got other family problems too right now. It's all very, very hard. And I'm sure you all are going through your own stuff. And I'm sure these harmonica videos, in some ways, I would hope, are a nice retreat from that. The cool thing is that all this stuff that we learn, these arpeggios, these scales, the licks, the chord changes, right? All of this stuff, those are like words or letters that we put into a paragraph. And what's in that paragraph? Our lives. We use these things to help better express ourselves. I've noticed a lot of resistance, particularly on Facebook, imagine that, towards any kind of academic talk whatsoever, even just terminology. Just referring to a group of notes as an arpeggio, right? A chord, talking about each note individually. People will say, well, I just feel it. Okay. Now, in order for that person to write, I just feel it, they had to learn the English language. And then preferably they had to learn to capitalize the first letter and put a period on the end of it. So there were some rules that helped them to be better understood, so that we could understand that what they were trying to say is that they just feel it. So, but look what they had to do to say that, right? Well, music isn't any different than a language. We have to learn. It helps to learn. We don't have to. It helps to learn some rules and some ideas and some different ways of doing things and having names for things. so that we can tell other people what we're doing, and then they can tell us what they're doing, and we can communicate. Okay? So the difference between learning like scales and music and chord changes, instead of just being handed a lick, is if I give you a lick, it's like saying Donde está el baño, teaching you that. And you say, hey Jay, I want to know how to go to the bathroom in Spanish. And I say, Donde está el baño? And you go, well, what? And you just go, okay, just say that. Donde está el baño? Yeah. Well, if you don't understand what that donde is a separate word from está, and that baño is a separate word, and that baño means bathroom, and está means is the, and donde means where, well, then you can't say, donde está la armónica? Donde está la, oops, I'm breaking stuff. Donde está la pluma? So now you can change it around. Donde está la hombre? Right? You can change it around. El hombre. See, I got my rules wrong. Now, see, I could be misunderstood because of that, because I got my prepositions wrong or whatever. I could be misunderstood, right? That could even cause a problem. So music is just like that. Now, learning all this stuff, it's not going to make you play from your heart, but in no way, shape, or form will it ever hurt you. And as a matter of fact, you can start off with a simple idea. Let's go back to the thing, right? So I'm just going to I'll start off with the idea that I'm just going to arpeggiate 6 chords on each one. And I'm going to stay away from the root of each one. The funny thing is, I started off with no feeling in mind at all, like not sadness or anything. And once I started playing that, I started kind of feeling a little playful. Right, so you can have fun. Or maybe feel emotions even. Just thirds. Third on the 1, 7 on the 4. 5 of 5. So it becomes fun, and it makes you confident. When you learn stuff, you get confident. When you get confident, you feel like expressing yourself, right? I don't think we're going to need to have a cigar out there today. I might just take that time for myself. We're doing a lot right here, right now. So there's nothing wrong with knowledge. It can't hurt you. Only you can let something hurt you. But I'll tell you what, not having it will definitely not help. Well, you might become the next little Walter Paul Butterfield on your own without ever watching any of these videos or anything. Might, right? But you got a better chance of getting there if you have information. There's a lot more great harmonica players today than there ever was before. Why? Because there's more instructional videos. Anyway, I think I'm preaching to the converted here. You guys wouldn't be over here on my damn Patreon channel. My darn Patreon channel. If you didn't already weren't on board somewhat with this. I hope you guys are getting ready to have a nice Christmas. Kate and I are headed back to Indiana. Gonna get some winter weather. It's been a hot winter here in New Orleans. We had like 2 weeks of cold, and then it's been like 85 and humid. My humidor is basically an area where I try to decrease humidity. The humidor is shielding the cigars from the humidity in New Orleans in the middle of December. It's so bad. Anyway, pedal point. So yeah, you can do it with, like, so I could pedal point 6 chords. Let me try. A little more feeling. Sloppy. Fun backing track. Really good. MCCD sessions, guys. Subscribe below. Just get on there. I'll put the link to the backing track below this. There's a ton of them. I think most of you guys have been following my videos probably already know that this, Petty Music, and Quist are my big jams. There's a couple others that make it in here, but usually I just go right there. Anyway, guess what? I got some cool news. So this week, those of you that are familiar with my music, not just my lessons, will know that JJ Appleton and I have done records together. And JJ is arriving here tomorrow. So we're very excited. We're going to be doing some songwriting. I got a new song already written, and I'm working on a cover tune, and I got a lot more writing. The Bad Kind's got another album out. We're definitely going on tour next year. We got 2 tours for this spring. I'm hoping for a good summer. We'll see what happens. The cool thing is, and I've said it, a million times on here, and I can't say it enough, and I tell all my friends too, that if it, I don't have to go on the road anymore because of y'all, because of these lessons, because of this. So if I just sit here and have fun talking to you guys, making videos, answering your emails, doing my lessons at home, playing my gigs at home. When I do go out on the road, I can make sure the money's right. I can make sure the clubs are right, that we're not exhausted, that the band gets treated and paid well, and that they don't come home burned out and exhausted. So you guys make that all possible. I appreciate it so very much, Patreon. I hope you enjoyed this today. We got a lot of little harmonica content on there, and they're not all like this. Some of them are just me blabbering on, but some people enjoy that too. I certainly enjoy the comments that you guys leave back to me, and I appreciate them. Keep them coming. Remember, you can email me direct, jasonricci1@gmail.com. Please check me out on Instagram too, at JasonRicci93. I post a lot of little content that's really only good for Instagram, but I like it. Especially if you're into cigars, you're going to want to hook up with me on Instagram because that's a lot of what I do over there. Hang out with the cigar community. Appreciate you guys very, very much. I hope you enjoyed this Free Friday. I just watched it back. I think it's pretty cool. All right. I can't believe I had never done pedal point before. I really can't believe that. But finally, I know I've talked about it before, but this is a whole video about it. And there's a few of them in there. I could do a whole other one too, going one step further. Maybe I will. If you guys like it, let me know and we'll get one out there. The vamp videos have been doing really good. The little vamps and stuff like that. I'm going to keep those coming. I know some people like the simpler videos. Other people come here for the stuff they can't find anywhere else. So, I can't cater to everybody all the time, but I certainly try to do both. Can't be every single week that I can do both. But, sometimes the simple stuff is good for the advanced players. Sometimes the beginner players will grow into the advanced stuff. So it's all there for everybody. And, I'm just trying to do my best over here. And I'm glad you guys appreciate it. And I appreciate you showing your support here. Thanks very much. We'll see you next time.